cannot believe I did that. Oh, I feel so awful, man. Oh, hey, how are you guys? Hey, I didn't see you sitting there. Glad you could join me. I'm actually heading to the church. I got to pick up a few things, and I wanted to do something. I feel so awful that I did not have a lesson for you this week, and I'm supposed to come up with these lessons on Tuesday, and from now on, every Tuesday, I promise I'm going to have a lesson for you, and I hope you guys can forgive me for missing this week, but I'm going to head to the church, and on my way, I want you to watch this video because we had a great lesson on forgiveness, and I want you to see the verses from the Bible from Matthew that we learned this week. So watch this.
Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Matthew 5:23-24.
All right, guys, I made it to church here, and as you can see, I kind of have an example I want to use for forgiveness here. And if you look, I have some beautifully colored water here, and it's kind of the reasons why we don't forgive somebody. If you look, I have a beautiful green, kind of a purple, dark blue, and a lighter blue, and each one of these represents something. When we don't forgive somebody, we always come up with this great reason why, and it's beautifully colored in our minds why we don't forgive somebody. Like, say your brother cheated at a game and he won, and you can't forgive him at all because you didn't get an opportunity to play. So I'm going to take this, and this represents us. I want to show you this represents us. And so we take this beautiful excuse that we had for not forgiving, and it kind of goes into us here like this. And then we maybe your mom made freshly baked cookies, and everybody in the family got 3 cookies except for you, and you only got 1 cookie, and you don't think it's fair, so you can't forgive mom for not letting you have more than 1 cookie. So this goes into us. And maybe you cleaned your room, and then your little brother came in, or your little sister came in and totally wrecked it. Then your dad comes in, and he sees your room, and he gets mad at you for not cleaning your room. And now you're mad at not just your little brother or sister, but you're also mad at your dad. So you have a good excuse to be mad there, don't you? So we pour that into us too. So we go like that. And here, our last one we got for us today is, say you wanted, you're stuck at home, right? We're stuck at home, and you want spaghetti for supper, and you go out and you're all excited for some really great spaghetti, and of course you don't get spaghetti. And listen, you asked all day, and you just can't in your heart forgive that you did not get any spaghetti. So I can't forgive that. So we put this in here too. So I'm going to take this off. And guys, if you look at our water now, it has become, all our excuses have kind of muddled up inside of us and turned kind of, I would almost say, ugly. That's not a very pretty color. It's dark. It's kind of like all the colors came together and made this just icky thing. But that's what builds up inside of us. We get all these things that we kind of make excuses for. They build up, and it builds up like anger in us, and resentment, and maybe even dislike, or I hate to say this word, hate. But when this builds up it almost comes to a boiling point, and then you get to a point where you can't talk to that person. You can't sit there and say anything to them anymore. But I wanna grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Guys, I just grabbed a simple balloon, and I want to illustrate something else. I have here God here. And when we have God in our life and we let Him fill into us and we decide that, yes, we're going to trust in God, we're going to believe in God. And remember, I keep telling you that when we accept God into our hearts, there's a change in us and something happens to us and it fills us up with Christ in Jesus. And it gives us the power to say, I'm sorry. But it also gives us a great power to forgive. So I want you to watch this. This is God filling us up. Once we accept Jesus, it fills us up. So I'm going to keep blowing this up. So we have this blown up. I'm twisting it just a little bit. So I'm going to put this balloon onto all our excuses and everything that we came up with that we couldn't say, I forgive you. So I want to show you when God comes into our hearts and we have a willingness to forgive somebody, I want to show you what happens. So I'm going to untwist this balloon. I don't know if you can see, but when we have the ability to say, I forgive you, it empties out all that ugliness and all that darkness that we have in us. And it cleans us again. But when we forgive somebody, it also helps the person that may have wronged you. So guys, always be willing to forgive. And I hope this example was a good example for you to kind of sit there and look and say, listen, we're stuck at home and you're going to be in situations where you may get into arguments with your brother and sister. I get that. And things may not always go your way. But guys, you got to have grace and you got to have love in your heart. And most of all, you have to have forgiveness. So guys, I'm going to show you our memory verse, but don't go away after the memory verse because I've got a special activity I want us to do this week and post on the comments of this post. So I will talk about that when we come back.
This month's memory verse is, put up with one another, forgive one another if you are holding something against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:1-3.
Guys, I hope you've been working on your memory verses and I hope you like the lesson. One of the things I want to do, I want to leave you with a little challenge. I want to leave you with an activity that you guys can do, and I want mom and dad to get involved in this. Since we stay at home, we really don't have to dress up or get ready for like school or to work, and a lot of us are working in pajamas sometimes. So I want us to take a picture of some just mismatched houseware. Let's call it that. We'll call it home work wear, okay? And then we'll put that, if you can just leave a picture of that in the comments, that would be awesome. So, and I'm going to do it too. I'll show you what I've been wearing, and let me tell you, I got style. See you later. Miss you. Love you. Bye.